To get to some other breaking news out of the White House now, because in just the last hour, we're learning that already controversial trip to Greenland by Trump administration officials may be about to get even more provocative, because it's not just Second Lady Usha Vance leading a delegation that has already infuriated Greenlandic officials. Turns out her husband, this guy, the vice president, he's going to head there too.
We want to reinvigorate the security of the people of Greenland because we think it's important to protecting the security of the entire world. Unfortunately, leaders in both America and in Denmark, I think, ignored Greenland for far too long. That's been bad for Greenland. It's also been bad for the security of the entire world. We think we can take things in a different direction, so I'm going to go check it out.
Remember, the president has floated taking over Greenland, in his words, one way or another, as part of an expansionist push that includes Canada and the Panama Canal. We should point out, by the way, Vice President Vance was also in that Houthi signal group chat, but we haven't heard from him on that yet today. Let me bring in our chief White House correspondent, Peter Alexander. So, Peter, we have already seen the Greenlandic prime minister say that this is a mission. This trip was a mission to try to own and control Greenland, infuriated by the prospect of the national security advisor, the energy secretary, and the second lady coming. And now the Trump administration is sending the second most powerful person in the White House to make this visit. What is behind that?
Well, think about how all this has changed, right? This started when Usha Vance, the second lady of the United States, JD Vance's wife, was planning to go as part of what was a visit focused on Greenlandic heritage and a dog sled race there. Then we learned the national security advisor would be joining, and now we have learned that the vice president himself is going to be joining his wife on this trip. And it's no longer about a dog sled race. Instead, they'll be visiting the northwest coast of Greenland, where they'll be visiting American service members, part of the Space Force there as part of this effort at mutual cooperation and respect between the two countries, with a briefing specifically on Arctic security and meeting, as we noted, with those service members there. So clearly the intentions behind this visit have changed dramatically since, again, what started sort of a heritage-oriented trip. The second lady, again, supposed to go to that dog sled race. We are told that that is no longer taking place, with the vice president, her husband, joining her. And notably, that comes as a Greenlandic newspaper says there had been a protest planned at that dog sled race where the second lady was set to head alongside members of her family. But Hallie, to the point you have made, this is only going to further infuriate and concern members of the Danish government, certainly the Greenlandic community, that has expressed real concerns that this is not just provocative, but goes beyond that, saying, among other things, even before the vice president's trip was announced, that the only purpose, in their words, is to show a demonstration of power to us, them being the U.S., and that the signal is not to be misunderstood. Hallie.
Peter Alexander, live for us there on the North Lawn of the White House with those late-breaking developments. Peter, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app, or follow us on social media.